All right, guys, welcome back to Heisei Week Two. This is going to be our first big panel that we've done. We're going to be doing it with our friend Jim from Megaroad. Jim, why don't you say hi to people? Let them know who you are.
Hello, everybody out there. I am Jim Gogol. I am the founder, owner of Megaroad Toys and Entertainment. We're based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've been around for about big business, full time for about 7 years, and we started when Gokaiger was first airing. And we're primarily online, but really we're convention based. So we do all the shows all over the East Coast and all that. It's a fun thing to do.
Cool.
Awesome. Now, what made you decide to jump into this world like this?
Okay, so I started doing this. I used to be a software engineer years ago, and there was my local anime club. I made the mistake of introducing them to Gokaiger. And they were like, I want the toys, I want the toys, I want the toys. And at the time, I was the only one who had the money to, get the license, do the importing. And I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll order the stuff. Here's what you're paying me for it. I get my toys for free out of this. That's part of the deal. I'm marking it enough that I get my collection for free out of it. And everyone was like, cool. And then it was, we went from that, and then it was like Forze. And it's like, we got to do Forze. Can you get the Forze stuff? And I'm like, sure. And that's how I started doing the business side of things. Personally, I've been following this since I was in college when Power Rangers first aired. And then got introduced to Super Sentai just through the computer BBSs of the era. God, I'm making myself sound as old as I really am now. It's like, yeah, I used to run a computer BBS, and we used to do fan subbing, and we'd get all the scripts and all the pictures out of Japan, and they were GIFs, and they were low res quality, and we got JPEGs, and it took 15 minutes to download them, and then we were happy because we got it. But that's and I've been doing this since I've been in the fandom since I was 10 years old.
Oh man!
And I started with Robotech, and then started doing conventions back in '86. My first anime convention was Otakon 1.
Oh wow!
So I've been doing this a lot longer than I care to comment. and it was like, for Kamen Rider, it was Decade that got me finally hooked enough to actually buy the merchandise. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Good.
I was gonna say it was Kamen Rider Decade that got me hooked, and I actually used to run I used to run Pittsburgh's anime convention, and I got all of the people in the con into Kamen Rider that way.
Wow!
We actually, back in it was the 8th year of our convention, we actually had we had actually printed our badges with the Kamen Rider Decade barcodes on them. So you could there was a line on the badge. You could fold it, put it into the Deca driver, and it would read.
Oh.
So all of the attendee badges, staff badges, they all said different things. I mean, I got the staff of when I was running the show, I got us all really into Kamen Rider.
That's pretty cool, though. I like that idea that you were able to make the pass into something relatable. And I think even now, like, if that was a way to enter, I'd be like, I'm in, 100% ready to fold this, scan it, and whatever I need to do.
It was an awesome gimmick at the time. It was also great because they're barcodes. They were paper, so you could use them. And the internet was nice enough to, find ways of printing out those PDFs so that you could, adapt
Nice
them.
enough.
And I had some great graphic designers with us at the time who went all out, and they got super into it. It was an amazing time.
That's pretty cool. Now, one thing you have to know when looking at the comments, I like Kamen Rider Gaim, and people have figured that out. So you're going to see this kind of stuff a lot. I'm just warning you ahead of time.
You know, it's funny. Gaim was. I have not finished Gaim. Gaim Okay. Gaim was airing. We were going through fan subs and airing right around the time my daughter was born. So my daughter, we had a disaster in our house. My daughter was born right at the last 10 episodes of Gaim. So it's like just after Michi's turn to the dark side of crazy is when we had to stop watching because everything went up, every life got in the way.
Okay, I talked to Gaim just now because you created an entire human life and had a disaster. We will give you a pass. This one time, everybody gets one.
I haven't finished it either.
Yo, AJ.
That was the
Hey,
fruit
you
of
don't
his
have an
labor.
excuse.
Oh, you'll see this one a lot too.
Mitch did
He was a psychopath. He did a lot of things
everything
wrong.
He did so much wrong.
And if every now and then, if Kaiju Carl shows up, he likes to get under David's skin.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't show up. He came right for me this morning. All we were doing was announcements, and this man came for the throat. Oh man. But so I mean, we've gone through some of the other stuff, but what's kind of something that you wish your customers knew, about you and and Megaroad as a whole?
Well, I'm a fan. That's kind of obvious. God, I try to treat everyone really well. I try to go above and beyond to make sure everyone gets treated with respect and everyone feels special, because this is a fandom that most people. Okay, when I started in the Kamen Rider fandom, we were the outcasts. They have the anime fans, and then these guys go away.
I know that feeling.
And it was like you'd go to conventions and stuff, and you'd either have you go to cons and you'd find people selling the Kamen Rider stuff at like a 400% markup. So it's like you get a belt that was you should be like $75-$80. It's $300. I try to price everything fairly, and I try to treat everyone fairly. Yeah, it's like people get pretty little artwork on their sides of their boxes that either me and my wife will draw. Everyone gets a personalized note when they buy something from me.
That's
cool. We try to make sure that remind everyone that we're people. We're not Amazon. We're not some big mega corporation. We're a family business that's out there just trying to. People. Yeah, Dave. There, he's a customer of mine and a friend. We've known. He shops a lot from me.
Nice.
But most people will come online and you'll come to booths and show up at a con booth, and I'll talk Rider with you for 20, 30, 40 minutes, as long as you're willing to stand there and BS, and as long as you're willing to, as long as we don't get so busy that I have to go, dude, I got customers, I got to go, that sort of thing.
Right.
I feel you on that, because I think it was the last time Bluefin was at Otakon. I had stopped by your booth because you had you had bottles for build, like in the gashapons that you had. And I was like, I kind of want to go back, but I also have to work. But I also want to go check out the other stuff. So every time I had a break, I'm gonna go over there, check it out, come back, and everything like that. But
and I like to do the gachas and all that. And it's like when you do the gachas, I have this thing. I love coin op machines and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So I bought a bunch of machines, and I import all the stuff, and I do all the gachas. If you come to a booth, guess what? You're spending the money. You want something, you got to do the machine, because that's the way it is in Japan. That's the way you're going to get it here.
And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do all the spins I need to. $30, $50 later.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is you get a group of people together, and you're all standing around machines playing the gachas. and you're cheering and you're getting excited, and everyone's like into it, and it makes so many people happy. Because I mean, that's one of the things I love about doing this is the fact that I can go and talk to someone who bought something, and they're like, "Oh my god, I love what I bought from you. I love it. Thank you for having it." And they're all excited, and these are people that are truly happy to be fans, and they're happy to be a part of the community. Because, like I said, God knows we've been the outcasts for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, I think even then you had like mooc books too that I was looking at. I'm like, oh, I gotta buy one of these before the con ends.
Oh, those the detailer you're talking. The detailer. Oh God, I love those.
Me too.
I'm still mad about the only Detailer Heroes book I don't have is X8.
Oh man.
I ordered 40 when I ordered them. I got like 40. It was ordered 40 copies. I got one. And I was at Anime Detour in Minneapolis. And my wife, we were packing, and my wife threw it in there, not realizing it was mine.
Oh, man.
So, and the person, my guy who's helping me out, put all the books out on the shelf, and I didn't realize it. All of a sudden, someone comes over and with it. It's like, the X-Day book, I want this. I'm like, it's really not for sale. I'm like, why? I said, because I ordered 40 copies. I got one that was supposed to be mine. It wasn't supposed to go on the shelf, and it got on the shelf, and I didn't realize it was there. It would have been pulled. Well, how much do you want for it? So I just, for the hell of it, just threw out a number, because I figured no one in their right mind is going to pay this for this book. So I threw out a number. Person handed me the money. I'm like, and I am like, son of a. I'm like, so I have an entire run of these books in hardcover, and there's this one hole for X8.
Oh man,
you're not alone.
Yeah, it's like
you gotta find one for you.
At the current rate, it looks like they're going in order and reprinting them in softcover. So I figure about 3 years I'll be able to get the X8 in softcover and just grumble and accept it.
That's fun. But guys, you know, Jim and Megaroad, like, they're a big part of why we're able to do, what we do. Like, they're definitely a big part of, helping us bring it here, everything to the West at an affordable rate. So, definitely, make sure you guys show them some love. And, Jim can always make sure, to fight for you guys to make sure you get your stuff. So,
oh, yeah. Yeah, because Ken knows.
He's okay.
Ken knows if I ever see him and he treats me badly, I'll.
Well, it's also really funny though. Is like as soon as I hear anything new or at least any kind of updated information, I'm like immediately just trying to call Jim as soon as possible. Like, hey, real quick.
And the funny part is that once he gets off the phone with me, when I'm allowed to talk about stuff, I'm on the phone calling my regulars all over the East Coast, going, "Hey, this is coming. Do you want it? This is coming. Spread the word." And they're like, "Oh, cool." So he starts, basically this giant phone chain starts right after he gets off the phone with me, with stuff I'm allowed to talk about, of course. The stuff I'm not, I just go, okay. And then of course I turn around and go to my wife, because she don't tell anyone, because she does the books anyways, and I go, "Dude, this is coming," and she's like, "That's awesome. Can you talk? I can't talk about it, so I'm telling you." Great. And it was just like, okay.
And that happens all the time where Bandai be like, "Hey, here's this really cool thing that everybody wants. Now tell no one."
And you get used. It's one of those things you get used to it after a while, and then you sit on it and you're just like, "I know this is coming. I know this is coming." And then when people get excited, you go, "Yeah, I've known for a while, and I just couldn't tell you." And they're like, "You bleepity bleepity bleep." I'm trying to be family friendly here. Yeah. Ken knows me. I have a mouth of a sailor at times. So it's like
very honest conversations.
I have been told over the years I am a horrible liar. So it just pays just to be blunt and honest, and it gets me in trouble a lot, but you always know where you stand. I'll tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And Ken's heard stories of talking to other people that
Yeah.
knows I don't mince words.
Multiple times.
Hey, it doesn't help me any to BS people. I mean, what good is it to BS a customer? What good is it to BS customers? These guys, the fans out there, deserve to be told the truth and told it call it like you see it. It's like, hey, if it ain't coming to the States, you tell them it ain't coming to the States. You got to go get it elsewhere because
yeah.
And it's like, hey, when someone says, why don't you get XYZ? And I'm like, well, because I'd have to sell it to you. It's going to cost me $100. And to get it over here from Japan, it's going to cost me $200 to sell it to you to make a profit. And to be honest, I don't feel comfortable raising the price that much because it ain't right.
Right.
I've got this weird moral complex about price gouging and all that.
It's not weird.
It gets me in trouble.
It's good to have morals.
There you go, guys.
That's what Kamen Rider is about, is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, and Ken can talk about it, but like the whole, everything being so expensive thing was a big part of, what Team Kamen Rider was founded about, right, Ken?
Yeah, because we're all based off of just us being core fans, and we want to be able to share that love, share that world with everybody. And just the fact that, not only you guys are struggling, we are struggling too about trying to bring merch in itself. And it's like, okay, I don't want to spend an arm and a leg for this stuff. So we want to try to help get that exposure and get the word out, fight for the people. We're all fighting into this together. So at least that way we can at least be able to enjoy our hobby, and still have some money left over, hopefully.
I can't keep regrowing any more limbs, Ken. Like, I've been giving up how many arms and legs over the last several years.
My lungs are shot, my kidneys are gone.
I think back to my Sentai jacket collection and my CS Deno belt, and I just go,
oh man,
yeah.
The amount of money I've spent over the years, and the four. Yes, that is a wearable Deno helmet. Hold on a second.
Oh man!
Someone asked. I am not putting it on because I have it on a mannequin head, but it is wearable. It does fit me.
Oh man!
This was actually one of my customers who, over the years, has become a really good friend. He made this for me. This was 3D. This was 3D printed, and he painted it whole 9 yards. It's a close-up helmet. He did, instead of doing a stunt helmet, he did a close-up helmet. So he has right in the seams of the eyes, here and here, it's like this much room, so you can see out of it like they would in the actual TV series. So when you put it on, it looks amazing on. It's just, it's difficult to get. It takes two people to.
I think everyone now, 3 of the 4 people in this chat are now asking the same question. Hold up.
Yeah.
I can ask him if he does commissions. But yeah, my goal is to get the full. My goal over the next couple years is to get the full costume. Ooh. I want to go into a show and I want to go to a con and cosplay full Deno with the full outfit, because I've got the CS belt, which is the right size for him henshined. So it's like I can wear the CS belt, have the armor, and just knock it out of the park.
Nice.
Because it's like, because he's awesome, and he's like, him and Decade are my 2 favorite riders.
Okay. Yeah, because Deno's my girlfriend's favorite series too, so she will 100% agree with you times 2.
My wife's favorite is Deno as well, and she made me pester Ken to get get extras of the sword form, gun form figure art, so that she had one. And I was on the phone with him constantly. You got any extras? You got any extras?
I get to talk about the helmet, I'm assuming.
And I know Carl's in this. Carl's in here
also,
too.
yeah,
right here.
yeah, Carl. Yeah, I see you, and if it is in development, I'm gonna have them cancel it now because of you. So that's right. We're going to war, Carl. We're going to war.
I want that too, though.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
this is this has been an interesting experience. No,
Carl, I'm coming for you. I want you to know
no, dude, that is no.
Yeah.
There's
Bro,
not even
I
a
mean-
comparison between Gaim and Blade.
Oh man, there you
I
go.
mean, looking at
Yes,
at,
fruit Jesus.
looking at the comments and everything, and then Carl, what are your thoughts on the current Rider fan base? Because I've had a blast getting to know them over the last couple of years. Which I can't believe it's already been a couple of years. By the way, it's been very
True.
It went by really fast. But what do you think about the fan base?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I love the fan base. These it's great because these fans are still truly get excited about the stuff. You know, you go and meet and talk with them, and they're legitimately like really happy to talk. And most of them you don't get a lot of Yes, I agree with that. Most of them truly don't complain about stuff. It's like there's not a lot. I haven't encountered any toxic fans yet.
Mhm.
I mean, they have been. If you're not on the con scene, they have been some of the most accepting fans I have ever met.
Mhm.
It's they have been. The fan base has been open to everybody, everywhere, and that is the one thing that's been so redeeming, and it keeps me going. When you go to a show and it's not going real well, or there's a lot of grumpy regular customers, you get a Kamen Rider fan coming in, they're like, "Dude, you've got Kamen Rider," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh my god, I've not seen this in person. Can I hold it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh," and they stand there and they're like, and then all of a sudden you get their life history, and then all of their fandoms and who they love and who they don't love and who's their least favorite rider and who they don't like as their, it's just
went through speed dating in like 60 seconds with Kamen Rider.
Oh god, yeah.
I remember back in 2019 at Anime NYC when we first debuted that we were going to have belts and stuff. I was talking to a few of the fans about, hey, I just got into Rider, what do you suggest? And everyone had like a different order that I should watch things in, but like they were all really positive about it, about trying to help me get into it, and it was great. And of course, the first meetup we did in New York was amazing. Like I think we left the meetup at around like 10 p.m.
Like
right,
that.
Ken?
Mhm.
And then I heard from Toka Chris that like they hung around till like midnight.
Oh god, yeah.
Because when you get a whole group of like all of us fans together, it's like, when's like the next opportunity to be able to get that,
Mhm.
So it's like everyone's gonna be spending that time out there just to be able to talk to each other and all that.
It's like one of my favorite conventions that I go to talk with the fans about this stuff. I do YomaCon, and the fans there they're great. KatsuCon has great fans too, where they'll just get together and we'll meet up and we'll just talk. It's like we've had dealers room heads come and throw the attendees out because we're standing BS and fandoms for an hour after dealers room closed. Like, get out. And I'm like, what time? We're still open. And they're like, no,
we started the conversation.
That's not. But it's the one thing I love about, like I said, I love about all this is that we got the people, and they're excited still. They're not curmudgeons, and they're not tainted by too much fandom stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
Hopefully you get to go. I've never
Yeah,
been.
hopefully I'll get in there next year. Hopefully I'll be back in 2022. I haven't heard back from them yet, so
All right.
I'm
Now, before we
hoping.
get to cons, real quick, I just want to adjust this. Not yet. We're working on it. When we get to Revice, you will know. We will make it very big and obvious, but as of right now, no info that we can share. I just wanted you, because I'm seeing that a lot in the comments. I just wanted to make sure that we saw the comments. Wanted to address it.
Good, because it's not me addressing it.
Yeah.
You're brand manager.
Yeah. Now, speaking of cons, so are there any cons that you have lined up for this year?
Well, coming up this weekend, we're gonna be at Otakon, and
Nice.
that's in DC. Steel City Con in Pittsburgh the week after, I've got a bunch of stuff that's not confirmed yet that I can't talk about, and then I've got YomaCon Halloween weekend, which I'm really excited for. And then we start the Steel City Con runs their December show. But like I said, there's a couple shows that I'm waiting to hear back from because COVID has screwed everything up.
Yeah.
Which used to be, it's like 1, 2, 3, you hear back. Cons let you in. They tell you you're coming. Okay, good, you're not. Now it's like, well, we're gonna run. We're not gonna run, and then they open up their dealer's room last minute, and then so it's like it's stressful for as cons being part of your main part of your income. Yeah,
and the crazy thing is, like, at least on our side, that we're low key terrified about. We haven't done like a con almost in 2-ish years. So like we're like our muscles are have atrophied. Like my ability to stand on concrete for 14 hours in a row has been greatly hindered by this time off.
Oh yeah, I did my first con back was the Steel City Con in June, which is in Pittsburgh because it's local and I do it all the time. And I was there, and I'm like, oh my God, I do not have the stamina for this anymore. Because the last show I did was KatsuCon, which was February of 2020, and everything shut down right after. So it was like, I'm like, oh God, I forgot how to talk to all these people, and oh, my legs hate me. And they really did. I'm like, regret. It's like, yeah, I'm regretting life choices right now because.
Just gotta get back into the swing of things. Gotta get back to that habit. It is definitely like muscle memory at that point.
We just have to have our training arc.
Training arcs. There you go.
Dude, I'm thinking about getting a gym membership just to go somewhere and like lift boxes and then like stand and just wait and be uncomfortable. Oh man, but it's going to be interesting though. But I am glad things are getting back together. And hey, if you guys go to cons, be a masked hero, wear a mask. Just let's keep this thing away so we can keep going to cons, please.
And Protagonist NN, yes, we will be at Otakon this year. We are. Give me 1 second. I can see if I can find my booth number.
There you go.
Oh, yeah,
I can at least. Of all the things I wasn't prepared for.
Well, hey, while you're doing that, we can show people your website for those who can't make it to Otakon.
He does have a site.
Ken, do you want to, while you look through it, you want to walk us through the website?
Yeah, so basically Jim's got his own key spot for Kamen Rider, especially with all the stuff that he's been carrying to help promote, to sell to everybody. It's such a breath of fresh air to be able to actually see that he's actually got everything organized.
Look at this.
The series and all that. Yep.
It was an accident. I just happened to find this.
Sure, accident, quote unquote.
Also, that Hamtaro is adorable, by the
way.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ken. You go.
Yeah, just because the site itself is like you're still constantly adding things to the site, just because for the whole juggle of packing things for cons, unpacking things, trying to figure all this stuff out. It's like it's always something new that's just going to end up popping up. It's like, okay, I need this. It's a very good wide selection, and it's such a good store to be able to be a part of.
And I just noticed something. I didn't make the Detailer Heroes 01 book go live. Oops.
Oh,
there you go. There's gonna be new stock coming in.
I'm like, oops.
Soon.
It's the downfall of being a one-man shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, my brand. Yeah.
What? Hello Kitty or Kirby?
No, the carrot masks. Those are also me. Yeah. Be a mask hero, guys. Please keep wearing them. We're not over this yet. Please. I don't want to have a third year lockdown.
Meta
not going
Lucy in the comment is saying, "Make it go live. I want it." Oh man,
Okay.
there you go. Instantly getting one copy.
Of course, Carl.
But
It's funny. See,
Yeah.
oh my God, Kirby, I want that now. Well, hey, it's on Megaroad.com.
There you go.
It's right here. Look at that.
I'm out of stock on that.
Oh, then it's not there. Then you missed out. I am so sorry.
But I heard David say it was him, so I wonder if David has magical powers.
Hold on. Let me go back. I'm conjuring some more right now. But yeah, I mean, so I'm glad that you're getting out to Otakon. I wish I could go. I'm still stuck here in California, not traveling.
No, do you have the booth number, Jim?
Yeah, we are booth 1123 and 1125. We're side by side, just two booths. Otakon booths are nice and big. They're unlike most cons, which are 10 by 10s. Otakons are 12 by 12s, so I don't need to expand to be super huge. I can, put a really good display and save a few bucks.
There you go.
Look, it's the downfall of being a family, a family-owned business. We got to make sure we stay, keep the budget down as much as possible.
Awesome, cool. Well, before we go, is there anything else you'd like the people out there to know about you and Megaroad?
Oh God, it's like I've been rambling on and on about me for about me and what we do for a half an hour. I mean, I could sit here and talk with you guys all day if you wanted about everything, because it's like
what you could do is just say Gaim is the best, and we can. That's a great note to end it on. Yo! No! He's not saying it! No!
Is this? Notice Megaroad has a CSM O's case holder and medals. Think we can slide a CSM belt in there. Opens wallet.
Don't do it.
Carl say don't do it. Wait a minute. Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
All right.
Gaim is really good, and Gaim is great, but it's not Decatur Deno, so.
It's okay. We can still be friends. It's okay.
He's in my top 3, but my number 1 and 2 are. I like my Kamen Rider to be. I like him to be a douchebag. Let's be honest, Decade.
I gotta ask, who is your favorite Imagine with Deno?
See. Okay. For Deno proper, I will unfortunately go with Momotaros with Ryotaros as the second. Mm-hmm. But if you really want to do favorite Imagine, Deneb.
Yeah,
come on,
that's a good choice.
He put that work in. He tried very hard.
It's like, come on. I've wanted to make little candies to hand out at cons with his face on it, just hand out the Deneb candy. For the longest time, at the bottom of, if you go and visit the website and find anything with Zeronos on it, they usually have the tag "Remember Sakurai Yuto" somewhere on the product listing. So if you look around, it's like the image tag for the end driver with the Zeronos. It's like when you hover over the image, it'll go "Remember Sakurai Yuto," and it's all over the place in the throughout the website, hiding little jokes about Yuto.
Like comments like this, like when we had announced that the CSM for Zeronos was coming out, they're like, "Who?"
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know whether or not you guys are being sarcastic or at this point we're going along with the joke, because there are people out there who have not seen that rider or got to that point. So
I actually made the mistake with a customer. Was talking with them via chat, and they really didn't know who Zeronos was. So I'm playing the joke, and I thought, because I was playing along, I thought they were keeping the joke going, and no. And they're like, "What show? Where does Zeronos? Oh, like and I was like, you really don't know who Zeronos is? And you're like, no. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. That is a huge sort of spoiler joke that.
Oh no!
What is Deno, like 15 years old now or something?
Yeah, they should know. It's on them.
Like I figured it's kind of like the thing with the Philosopher's Stone and Full Metal Alchemist. By this point in time, you should know the joke. You should know it's part of the cultural zeitgeist. You should know if you're.
By the way, it looks like someone talking about shirts. You have Megaroad shirts, right?
Yeah, I just started. We just started. We're in the process of rebranding ourselves with a real brand, so we actually look professional. See, like the website and all that. So we started doing shirts. So another person is asking for. We've had a few of my regulars going, "Are you going to sell those?" And it's like, eventually, I will. When I get done with Oda Steel City, I will start making shirts to sell off because I do them myself because I'm a glutton for punishment.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Well, Jim, thank you for taking time to talk with us today. It's been a blast.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's really nice to, talk with you guys. It's really nice to actually talk with you, Ken, in pseudo face to face finally, instead of having this disembodied voice over the loudspeaker.
So, up to you. But someone really wants to know: are you active on Twitter?
Okay, I am, as Ken will notice, I am a horribly inactive person online. I was a software engineer for almost 15 years, and before that, I was a computer nerd since the 80s. So, believe it or not, I am not super active online. It's kind of like after I was doing my convention running days, when I had to be always online for everything, and then all of a sudden I kind of took this, I'm going to back off for a little bit, and I haven't quite gotten back. Everyone tells me, Jim, start doing the Twitter, start doing the Facebook again, do something, go back and do podcasts again. You were doing that for a while, and I'm like, yeah, with what time? And they're like, there's always time, and I'm like, you don't need sleep. I'm like, yeah, I do. No, you don't. I'm like, okay. So,
yeah. Hopefully we can see you later this year. Hopefully maybe at a real life in-person event. Maybe.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping. I'd like to get together, and maybe if we do end up getting together, hopefully I'll be able to sneak away from the booth.
Mrs. Email.
Yes. Oh, and for those interested, that Rick Hunter, he's the guy who did the mask.
This guy right here, guys. There you go.
He is the man who made the helmet.
And then his mailbox is going to get just bombarded with.
Oh, I know, and he's going to be like, I'm going to get probably call afterwards.
Like, Rick, I see you have a Char avatar. You are a man of culture. You also see Xeon. I need a Kachadoki Arms Gaim helmet made. Please help David. But it's been fun. Before we go, just wanted to show we have events all this week. We have the SHF photo contest. Make sure you guys enter that, where you can do your best photo, or you can do like a little mini photo comic using your figures. We also have the Team Rider jerseys are finally available. You guys have been asking, so you can go. They're only available for this week. And don't forget, we have all kinds of panels coming up. We have our villains panel on Friday, our 20 questions panel on Saturday, and of course our what's next panel. So make sure you guys tune in to all of that. But that's it for today. We will see you guys tomorrow for the next day of Heisei Week. And I think AJ's dead, so I don't think he'll be back. He got snapped, so he's gone. But you'll see the rest of us eventually. And Jim, look forward to seeing you in person. So.
Oh, I hope so too. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Jim.
We'll see you guys later.